Okay, so we've come to the end of the month of July. Hello, everyone. This is your Frontier Opening Bell. Let's get the show on the way. Just looking at the second to the final trading day. It's still about trading fear as far as Nigeria is concerned. Investors concerned about a planned nationwide strike, which the government is trying to prevent, and moving, throwing everything in the fire to quench it, in the manner of speaking. So, investors still trading those concerns. So we got 0.31% yesterday, down on the all-share index, dipping below the 98,000 level. The banking sector down 1.7%. Consumer goods also fell. Industrial goods declined. Insurance went down. Oil and gas was the only sector that moved the needle on Wednesday, on Tuesday, as it were, because of Seplat, by the way, reporting a very robust earnings for its first half 2022. Of course, 2024, Seplat, is listed on both the London and Lagos stock exchanges. So that's the picture. Then you have Owando still riding that good news of the approval by the government to take 100%, to buy 100% assets of ENI's Ajib oil operations in Nigeria. So that's the news, by the way. Then you got a BRVM up by down by 0.67%. The Egyptian market went up 0.65%. The Nairobi stock market did 1.68%. News this morning, the flotation of the first Sukuk bond on the Nairobi stock market and the first in the entire East Africa. President Ruto is at the Nairobi Securities Exchange this morning. You can go online and check how the pictures and videos of that. It's a new horizon as far as Islamic finance is concerned for the biggest economy in East Africa. The GSE went up by 0.25%. Let's just take that down very quickly. Just grab a few headlines in East Africa. Of course, that's President Ruto at the Nairobi Securities Exchange, on the floor of the exchange, to launch that Sukuk bond. In the meantime, London crude oil hit $80 per barrel overnight on the news that Israel has been able to successfully target the leader of Hamas, the director of operations of Hamas, who's been hiding in Iran. He was killed in Beirut through a projectile missile, which was fired into Iran by Israel. That is expected to change the game, as it were. The warnings overnight from Tehran that there will be retaliations as well as from Hamas as well, and all of that. Ethiopia's currency, the barrel, has been down roughly 20% or so as the IMF gives a fresh $3.4 billion over the next 4 years. The IDA of the World Bank, International Development Association, has also okayed $1.5 billion extra, all in support of Prime Minister Abiy's administration in Dar es Salaam for opening up the economy, floating the currency, and allowing international investors, especially the setting up of foreign banks in the second most populous African economy. President Ruto has a lot on his hands right now, not just listing of bonds, but also to make sure that the economy works. How will he get the Finance Act of 2024 back on the table or draft a completely new one? And Moody's has downgraded KCB, Equity Bank Group, and Cooperative Bank in Kenya because of their debt risk, the risk of the debt on their portfolio. Some of the biggest banks in Kenya, that's the names you see there. Let's move on to West Africa. Of course, Nigeria is now on the tentacles axis, where will the protesters make good their threat to go on the streets, as being reported from 5th of August to the 10th. That's where we are right now. The government overnight eased import duties on essential food items and throws in a few other palliatives or sweeteners as we look at tomorrow, Thursday. Who knows tomorrow? I don't. But let's wait until tomorrow comes. Dangote Cement yesterday concluded its 100 billion commercial paper, while Zenith Bank debuted 290 billion hybrid offer, public offer, and a rights issue. The first that the bank is doing since 2004, exactly about 20 years ago, when Zenith Bank was among the first, actually the first to enter the market for the bank consolidation under the administration of Soludo, then at the head of the central bank. August 1st, trading fear, earnings being moved aside, technically speaking. Well, we've got quite of good earnings from First Bank, parent company FBN Holdings, as well as Presco. Presco shares in Agro Allied went up on Tuesday on the back of that robust earnings. So let's leave it there. AFDB has launched a new 54-country focus reports and our recommendations on what to be done across key 5 sectors. You want to read that up online. Finally, Italy and the EFDB putting together about 750 million euros, roughly 400 million euros, evenly split between the parties to support the new growth and resilience platform for Africa that was recently launched. Let's get on into Southern Africa. Grab a few headlines from Zambia, for example. And the SARB, yesterday, Lesija Kengo made some comments about the few new appointments on the board of the SARB at the ordinary annual general meeting of the Reserve Bank. In the meantime, he says that the SARB will complete very soon the 100 billion rand dividend transfer to the treasury, that's to the government, as it were. And Shoprite Group's Checkers 6060 service surged roughly 60% in the first half of this year. And the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe is boosting interbank FX market by throwing $50 million on there and try to moderate the ZIG, how it's been treated. That's a bit of an intervention, technically speaking. Delta Core, listed on the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange, saw its volume growth after $71 million capital expenditure for last year, while private equity firms are considering sale of their stakes in the South Africa struggling media, Prime Media. The broadcaster is in tough waters as we speak. All right, so let's go to North Africa. Egypt just secured $820 million from the International Monetary Fund. The announcement came on Tuesday. That will be in tranches, by the way, to support President Al-Sisi's economic reforms, including the recent raise in fuel prices in North Africa's biggest economy. In the meantime, the relationship between Delhi and Cairo on the economic front is moving ahead. Over 50 Indian companies are now investing in Egypt. And Egypt has secured additional $342 million from investors for its oil and gas sector, while Fitch rating sees Morocco's central bank, what we call the Bank Al Maghrib, to raise interest rate by 25 basis points in September, another 25 by November. That is expected to take the country's headline key lending rate to 2.25% for the full year 2024. That's the latest from Morocco, and that's it for today on Frontier Opening Bell. I am Bourse. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon, everyone. Tomorrow is the 1st of August. Let's get together in the morning.